interaction with the two permanent secretaries. I met them separately at Home Affairs. And when I put across to them the runaround we were having, luckily, I don't know whether it was just to get rid of me from the office, Permanent Secretary Akafumba actually said he would take it up with the police to find out why they were giving us this runaround. And he asked that I go back the following week. I think it was over with the long weekend. And so I went there on the Tuesday, and true to his word, he had talked to the police. And in particular, he spoke to the Deputy Inspector General, who at the time was acting. And finally, they then accepted to receive the forms. And he told us that they would be getting back to us. I asked him, how long does he anticipate it will take? And he says, no, these things take a bit of time. It will take a few days at least. And I jokingly said to him, but your office had managed to do the Miles Sampa clearance of fingerprints within hours, within minutes, in fact, on a public holiday at night. So why are you not able to do hours? He did, to me, look a bit embarrassed and sheepish, and he said, no, I'm not the one who was here at the time when they were doing the Miles Sampa thing. And he said, you may find that there's a lot of work that those people have to do. I said, fair enough. But he did indicate that maybe about a week. So we waited for a week. Nothing had come from them. I rang him again, and he can confirm that I rang him. And he eventually passed us on to a certain lady. I believe her name is Madame Sapilinia at Police Force Headquarters. She then told us that there is a need for us to go there for interviews. That is, all 10 people who were on the list that we had presented and whose fingerprints we had given. We then communicated with ourselves, and the following day, all started going towards them. 6 or so of us arrived quite early and were there, and they interviewed us. The interviews were neither here nor there. I didn't really see what was the need for the interviews, but we did them. And then we said, we'll wait for our other colleagues who are on the way. And then they said, no, in fact, there's no need for them to come. Seeing that you've given us the CVs for all of the people, there's no need for them to come. So we then started going down and said, okay, fine, we'll hear from you. When we got down, in fact, my 2 colleagues, that is President Kateka and President Silabwe, were just about to come in. And that's when we informed them that, well, it seems there's no need for you to be interviewed. They've said they'll just work on the CVs. So we then left to hear from them. And then word came saying that they want to have a look at our constitution. That is the constitution, the proposed constitution for the United Kwacha Alliance. Arising from that, we then sent them the the Constitution. We first of all went to Madam Sapilinia's office to give it to them. She wasn't there, and the people who were there said, no, we can't receive it. It has to be the Inspector General of Police who receives it. The whole entire Inspector General of Police is the one who must receive the Constitution. They said, fine, we'll do as you say. We'll take it to the Inspector General of Police. So we took it to the Inspector General of Police, and he received the same. Again, I'll show you the letter, which has got the stamp of the Inspector General of Police, showing that we had taken this to him. This was on 21st of March 2024. Attached was the proposed draft constitution. We then were waiting to hear, only to get a call again from the office where Madam Sapilinia operates from, to say, where is the Constitution? We haven't received the Constitution. They said, we gave it to the Inspector General, like you said. So he said, okay, fine, we'll bring another set to you. So on the 27th of March, we decided that we must have a covering letter as we send it, that they must acknowledge. 27th of March, addressed to her this time, not the Inspector General, we attached the Constitution they were asking for, and they stamped acknowledgement, as you can see on there. And in that letter, we clearly stated, we refer to the above being the United Kwacha Alliance Constitution. We refer to the above, and enclosed is the letter dated 21st March 2024, served on same date on Inspector General of Police. This was written after the people in your office said the Constitution should go to the Inspector General. Kindly acknowledge receipt of this letter by signing and returning copy of the same. So we gave them a copy of this same letter, which had gone to the Inspector General of Police, which had attached to it the Constitution. So now we had served on two different offices at the police the Constitution. We were then told that they would get back to us, and we waited. After some time, I got back to the Deputy Inspector General of Police and said, we've been waiting and there's nothing that has come forth. And he promised that the following day, he would get back to me and let me know what the holdup was. The following day, I called him, and he said he had been busy and he didn't manage to get back to me, so could I give him another day? I said, fine, we'll wait for another day. And that next day, he then said that there is a certain officer by the name of, is it Chisanzia, who would be the one I should see. I saw this officer, or rather rang him, because I was given his number, rang him, and he said that yes, they now have the Constitution and everything, and they're about to finish with their vetting process. I asked him, is there any problem with any one of the 10 names that were given? Is there any one of them with the record? He says, no. It's just that we do a vetting process and look at the Constitution and so forth. And he promised that by the following day, by 10 hours, he would get back to me. He didn't get back. I rang him, and he said that I give him another extra day, which I did. And the following day, he said, no, make it Friday, that you can get back to me, because there's one or two things not related to your matter that I have to do. So I said, fine, Friday. That was supposed to have been the other Friday. Since then, I failed to get hold of him, and no response has come. So the issue of going forward with our application with regards to the United Kwacha Alliance is actually being held up by the state, by the police. We have done everything that is required, but they are holding on for whatever reason they are doing so. Because of that, there is the issue of the time of reservation running out, which because it's a 30-day reservation that you get for the name. So on 13th March 2024, in order not to then be operating illegally, we then put in a notification for extension of the reservation of the name United Kwacha Alliance. A letter was written 13th March 2024 to the Registrar of Societies. This letter was acknowledged, as can be seen from the stamp from the Registrar of Societies. So they cannot say that they don't know about it and all. Again, it's important for you to hear what is in the letter. I'll bother my Secretary General here and ask him to read the two paragraphs, or right from the beginning there, therefore.
The letter is dated 13th March 2024 from the United Kwacha Alliance, and it is addressed to the Registrar of Societies at the Ministry of Home Affairs. It says, Dear Madam, re-extension of reservation of the name United Kwacha Alliance. We refer to the above name, United Kwacha Alliance, which was reserved by the writer up to the 13th of March 2024. After intervention by the Permanent Secretary, Mr. Kafumba, last week, the snags with regards to processing the fingerprints were finally overcome. The Permanent Secretary, in conjunction with the Acting Inspector General of Police, ensured that the fingerprints were accepted and received by the police for scrutiny and clearance. The fingerprint clearance of the proposed members and office holders of the society to be registered has taken time. One of the reasons we have been advised is because of the current clearance of applicants to be taken into the ranks of the Zambia National Service who are currently being cleared by the police. We therefore request that you extend the reservation of the name for a further 21 days. Kindly acknowledge receipt of this letter by signing and returning copy of the same. Yours faithfully, United Kwacha Alliance. Sakuba Skota, State Council Interim Chairperson.
The clearance of the Zambia National Service people has long been completed, yet they have not done ours. Now, after this letter was delivered, I was told that the registrar herself was not in the office. So then I went to see the principal registrar, and he said that in fact what we should do is online reapply for the name, and that is how the extension will be done. And so that was done, and online it has been extended for a further 30 days. So one cannot say we are operating illegally, because the state itself has given us the extension. The state itself is the one holding back the finalization of the registration of the United Kwacha Alliance. if Honorable Jack Mwimbo is being sincere, then let him call us of the United Kwacha Alliance and tell us, please do A, B, C, D so that we quickly finish this. We have been seeking to see the registrar. Each time I've gone there, she's not there. And the poll is actually in their court, not in our court. We've got the documents waiting for their response. So let's be fair to each other. Let us be honest to the Zambian people to let them know actually what their status is. So in terms of the political party, that is definitely going to be registered. And again, it is up to the state to respond to the letter that we had put, to give us the reasons, because you cannot make an appeal if reasons are not given, because the appeal is based on you countering whatever reasons have been put forward. Honorable Jack Mwimbo, being a lawyer, surely should know that in administrative law there is that requirement for disclosing of reasons. And that is what is done in every civilized and democratic state. So let him do the civilized and democratic thing, which is to give us reasons through the registrar. Unfortunately, he's the person to whom appeals then go. And now having held that pressure, one wonders whether you can get a fair hearing to the person you're supposed to appeal to, whom before the appeal gets there is already making judgment. That is not what you do in a democratic state. That is not following the rule of law. So I hope that in future he will not be jumping the gun. He's supposed to come in at the appeal stage and not rushing to have these press conferences. It is wrong. It is wrong for him to do that. With regards to the application, the notice we gave of having the rally in Kafue, the notice that we gave is actually very, very clear. It is that there was going to be a rally which was on behalf of the different parties which wish to form the United Kwacha Alliance. Even if it was United Kwacha Alliance by itself, there is nothing illegal about an organization whose process of registration is ongoing from Opperating. There's nothing at all wrong with that. It does not make it an unlawful or an illegal association. Even the Societies Act does provide that so long as the registration process is in process, then you are not acting illegally. I believe that, and I'll give you the section later on. But it states that if the application is in process, and the application begins with the name clearance, and then you go through the various steps like the police, and that is in process. So you cannot say United Kwacha Alliance is an illegal or an unlawful gathering of people. That only shows how much they fear United Kwacha Alliance, that in their minds they are looking for anything at all to stop United Kwacha Alliance having a meeting, anything at all from United Kwacha Alliance doing anything they want. So that is quite wrong. We have put in an appeal against the turning down of our rally notice. This is to the Minister of Home Affairs, as is required by law. and it's of today's date. It has been received by them, as you can see. There's their stamp on there that they have received it, and in there, and we'll give you copies of all of these documents. In there, we do point out that the reason given by the Kafue police is a very vague statement that there are security concerns. They do not specify what the security concerns are. Is it a security concern because close by there's another group of people who have said they're going to have a meeting? Is it a security concern because there is a group who have said that they'll come and attack if United Kwacha Alliance has a rally? Is it a security concern because of the numbers of people that we're going to be calling? So if you don't give us the details, how do you expect us to be able to coherently appeal? Because you appeal to say, for example, if they say that there is not sufficient number of people who are going to be able to marshal, then we'll be able to let them know that no, we've actually set aside X number of marshals who have done this before and are capable of marshalling the people. If, for example, it is that there is going to be somebody in Chilanga we can then appeal to say, well, Chilanga is so far from Kafue where we are having ours. Really, there will be no interaction. The point I'm trying to make is that to appeal, you need to know what you're appealing against. When you're given a vague reason, like they have done, it makes it very difficult to even fashion your appeal. All the same, we have made the appeal, and we have set out what the law states, what our constitution states. We've also set out what the African Charter of Human Rights states with regards to free association, a charter which we are party to, that we should be obeying. And with what they're doing, they're not obeying that. And we've set that all out in this letter of appeal. And the last bit, perhaps I'll read for you. The letter is too long for me to read the whole lot, but I'll give you copies of you. Our appeal to you is that you reverse the unconstitutional and arbitrary letter from the officer in charge, Kafue Police, issued in bad faith to stop the Kafue public rally. We urge you to follow the guidelines on freedom of association and assembly in Africa set by the African Commission on Human and People's Rights, adopted in May 2017, which we ascribe to. We trust you will act to raise our standing as a democratic country which abides by the rule of law, and that there will be no need for us to escalate our appeal all the way to the African Commission on Human and People's Rights and other international bodies. If we do not hear from you by midday on Friday, 12th April 2024, we will take it that you have no problem with our appeal and we shall go ahead with our rally. Written for and on behalf of the following political parties: Christian Democratic Party, Citizens First, Forum for Democracy and Development, Golden Party of Zambia, New Heritage Party, United Liberal Party. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is where we stand with regards to the United Kwacha Alliance as a pressure group, and also UKA as a political party. Our appeal to Honorable Jack Mwingu, if truly he says they do not want to hold back, is for him to tell us when we can go and sit down with him so that he clearly explains where the snags and difficulties are. That is the mode that we've decided we will take, not a confrontational one. That is the reason why I have made those various trips to the permanent secretary and to the assistant registrar. And even though we don't think that some of the things they're saying are the procedure, we have bent over backwards to say, let's do what they say. Whatever they say we must do, let's do it. And even when we do whatever they say we must do, we find that still they're not doing anything. So my question to you is, because Honorable Jack Mumbu, I believe, was saying we're telling lies, after you've seen all these documents stamped and received by them, who is actually telling the truth and who is telling lies? Thank you.
You are free to ask questions, specifically pertaining to the issues that have been addressed by the chairperson in this presser. Yes. I've just mentioned the organization you're coming from and your names.
Yeah, Landing Commission. There are two questions that I wanted to ask. The first one is, you said you go to court if the registration of both UKA and UKANI delay. I want just to get further clarification on that. If there's a delay, you're going to court to which basis? Is it the UKA and UKANI or both?
Well, we can take the questions one by one. We'll go to court if, in terms of United Kwacha Alliance, for some reason or other, they decide they're not going to register it. Like I said, we'll ask them to give us the reasons why they say they cannot register it, and we'll ask the court to intervene. If it's with regards to UKA, the political party, again, we'll go to court because we love the name UKA. The Zambian people love the name UKA. UKA has taken hold and it cannot disappear. So we will go to court to demand that they stop saying that UKA cannot be used for the political party. It is only if the courts are going to say we cannot use UKA that we will then use another name. UKANI, like I said, is our second choice. If that one they say no, Arise is our third choice. But whichever name is going to be used eventually, the saying of UKA is going to remain. It's going to be used by the United Kwacha Alliance. It's going to be used by any political party that eventually will say the name is all right. We shall still, our rallying cry will be UKA. Much like how with MMD, the rallying cry was the hour has come. The hour has come was not registered or anything like that. So using UKA, we don't need to register that, and we shall continue using it. And the Zambian people are using it all over the length and breadth of this country. We are going to UKAnize this country.
My second question was on the rally. Right now it's kind of vague on what will happen next year. I've appealed to the minister. What happens if there's no response, like there has been no response from the registration process? People are maybe ready to go and campaign, to go for the rally. What would be your answer to them if there's no response? Are you going to go ahead with the rally, or you wait for the response?
Like we stated in here, if we do not hear from them by midday on Friday, we'll take it that they've dropped their objection, because they need to show up their objection if they still have that objection. If they do not, If we do not get a response, we'll take it that then we are free to go ahead, and we shall go ahead.
In fact, just in addition to that, this morning, Mr. Ray Hamonga actually indicated that if we go ahead with the rally, the leaders of UKA would be arrested. So maybe you can send them a press query in terms of how many police officers do they need to help us at the rally, and how many police officers will be needed to arrest the UKA leaders. Can the same police officers who are going to be used to arrest the UKA leaders be used to help manage the rally? Because that's a contradiction. I mean, there are always police officers available to arrest, but there are no police officers available to keep peace.
Oh, and I forgot one thing about Honorable Jack Mwimbu's presser. I think that it was hurriedly done, and he didn't have the full facts. For example, he talked about the Socialist Party having notified for a rally, and then that they then decided not to have the rally because of the Sincerely disaster. If he goes back and checks, he'll find that it wasn't the Socialist Party who had actually given notification. That shows you the amount of
it was us
of discordance that there is. They don't know the left foot and the right foot.
Any other question?
Maybe I'm submissive and Nalomo from Day Nation. Maybe my simple question is, why the tension between UKA and government? Where's the tension coming from?
I'll ask my colleague to talk as well.
So we've also been wondering, and also wondering why Honorable Jack Mwimbu even decided to have a presser just to say what he had to say. UKA, it's a grouping of people wishing to liberate this country from what we are going through. And obviously, those that are in the system are concerned, and they have seen how UKA has grown and how the Zambians have responded to it, and looking at it with hope. And therefore, we are going to be doing politics differently. Doing it in a mature way, engaging government when we need to engage them. You've seen us holding press conferences and actually writing to them and giving solutions and saying, look, we can do things. But they seem to feel that they need to fight us, which is extremely, extremely unnecessary. But we do understand that they are scared. So I suppose that's where the tension is coming from.
Any other?
Questions is based on Honorable Mwimbu's question.
Yes. So if there are nothing else, I hope you all go and have a good rest tonight. And Muzauka, you know, my